I'm finally making a video about how I make my shea butter and coconut oil concoction. So let's get started. Okay, so these are the things that I use. First, I need some coconut oil. The brand that I use is Spectrum Naturals, Spectrum Essentials coconut oil. Can you see that? Unrefined. And let's look inside. This is what it looks like. As you can see, mine is kind of runny and clumpy. Sometimes it comes in a jar, and I don't know if they're different. Either one works. My husband actually bought this one, so that's what I need. Next, I'm gonna use shea butter. This shea butter I actually got from, there's an African store. This looks like it's been a little cleaned up, but not really. If it hasn't been cleaned up and it's really in those big kind of rocks, then I kind of pre-melt it and use my small strainer to strain out any sticks or twigs, and then it kind of comes out like this. And then I need a plastic utensil. I'm just going to use this little spoon to scoop stuff out with. And this Gladware container, as you can see, is empty. This is what my husband and I put our shea butter in, because now that we both use it, we use so much, and that's how much I have left. And then lastly, well, not lastly, I need a saucepan and the stove. And then I'm gonna try something new. After reading the Carol's Daughter founder's book, she said that she uses a mixer to whip her concoctions, and so I don't know, I was gonna try that. I usually don't do this, so if it turns out horrible, blame it on Lisa. All right, and with the magic of television, here's the pot, and I put all of the coconut oil is in the pot. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the shea butter. Now, here's the thing. I really don't measure, but over the years, I've kind of found that I like a 50-50 mix. I added about the same amount of shea butter, and I went ahead and turned my burner to low, and now I wait. Alright, you guys, I'm back, and we are pretty much totally melted, almost. Hee hee, a little bit of shea butter left, but I am impatient. So you see what happens? It goes totally clear. And then what I do is, obviously I took out the spoon earlier. I didn't want it to get melted. But any stuff left on the spoon, I just kind of jiggle it. Not that much so it doesn't get all over the stove. To clean the spoon off a little bit, like that. And then, at this point, I can turn off my burner. But I just leave this sitting there for a little while. And what I do is I add a little bit of sage oil. Secondarily, I'm going to put some wintergreen oil. Put more wintergreen. I think I usually put like 20 drops, if I remember. And that might have been 20. Who knows? Who knows? Jesus loves me. And the next thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to whip it. Now, I'm not really sure what I expect to happen when I whip it. I'm thinking that I'm going to get some sort of fluffiness out of it. And my usual technique would be to pour this clear mixture into this container, without the spoon of course, stick it in the fridge, let it set, and then it kind of comes out in this creamy consistency. You see that? So I don't know. We'll see what happens when I whip it. Like I said, if it goes bad, blame that on Lisa Price. No, don't blame it on Lisa Price. Blame it on me. Blaming it on Lisa Price. I'm going to mix this on low. Have no idea what's going to happen. Let's try it out. I see a lot of little bubbles. I don't know if that is what I'm supposed to be looking for. I have no idea, actually. Or maybe I'm supposed to do this when it has solidified a little bit. So who knows? Anyway, you guys know I like to try stuff out and kind of make up stuff. Anyway, like I said, this is an extra step. I've never done this before. I'm going to take the stuff from the mixer. I'm going to pour it in here while it's still warm, hopefully. Pour it in there. I'm going to get my spatula for a second, scrape it out, and then I'm going to mix it, get stuff off the sides, and stick it in the fridge. I'm going to leave it there overnight probably. Tell hubby not to touch it. And I will see you guys later. So it has been several hours and I want you guys to see what I ended up with. Let me get on a light here. So this is what it looks like when I'm done. You see that? It's like, you see that? It's totally solid. Not totally solid, but you know. Now, this is because it was in the fridge, so the consistency is really hard. You see that? I can't even press into it. But I actually store this in the bathroom. So when I put it in the bathroom upstairs, probably by tomorrow, it will have kind of gotten to a creamy consistency. So I will show you guys that it's the next morning. And I just wanted to show you guys the consistency. Look at that. Do you see? Can you get it? There you go. So it's really creamy. And I'm straining it because I went to the store and it looked a little skeevy. Not skeevy, but sometimes you buy shea butter and it's a little too natural and there's stuff in there. So see, there's a little, you see that? There's like stuff in there. That happens sometimes. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's a little extra. Do you see how it all melted nice? That should be nice. Carry on. So here's the new batch. Noticeably more yellow. It's been out of the fridge all day, sitting there. Obviously not as runny. And the texture is still significantly creamy, although way more, do you see that? Woo! Way more gritty, kind of, I don't know. Not as blended as the other one was, but it's still doable. So when I use this, I will put a good dab in my hand and then rub it between my hands really quick in my palms, and then it'll go clear. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, y'all. I will see you online. Bye. Bye. I'm about to go dance at church.